thing working. Uh,
Hi, and welcome to Football at High Heels Presents. I'm your host, Sammy, and today we're going to go completely off topic. In fact, we're not even going to be discussing sports, which is a new one for the show because it's about sports and entertainment. But today we're going on the entertainment side, and I'm honored to have two of the best men in the world on my show. And I'm not biased. One's my brother, and one, well, might as well be my brother at this point, Corey and Paul. Yay! The B
hey, thanks for having us on.
Of course. This has been a long time coming. I'm so excited to finally make this happen.
I'm here. Nice to be on.
Yay! So tell me, what is B-Movie Bros?
So B-Movie Bros is the two of us, and basically we find B-movies that we like, put a theme to each month, and do B-movie reviews. At least that's how we started.
Yeah, we've been watching B-movies together, like really low-budget films for years. We met in college, became friends, and we'd meet up like every weekend and just watch like whatever movies like Corey had or we can find, and we'd make comments and everything. And one day we just decided, hey, we should make a show on this.
Well, it is a wonderful show. I listen all the time very faithfully because I'm a good sister, and it's a very good show. And tell me a little bit about how you go about the movies that you review.
So the first thing we do is we come up with a theme for each month. You know, in February this year, we did Inbred Redneck Month because, what says love like inbred rednecks? But then March, we did Marshall March, so on and so forth. This month, of course, it's December. We're doing a Christmas month. So first we pick a theme for the month, and then we first go through the collections of movies that we both have, see if we have anything appropriate, and then we just go online and look up, different kinds of crappy or low budget or independent movies that fall into that theme, and we pick one for each week to watch, review, and record on.
Yeah, and the cool thing is a lot of people who review low-budget films will be like, this movie sucks. They'll go deliberately going at it just to find something terrible. But we've had a lot of them where we actually like it. We'll judge it as critically as we can and basically try to be fair with it. Like, we know that they're not obviously not high-budget films, so we're not going to be unfair. Like, the effects they could have been better. It's like, well, for what they had, it was good. And I could hear it, I could see it, so that's a plus. And, they did this good, it is this good. And in other cases, well, this is awful, and this is why it was awful. So we're a bit more critical than a lot of people who look at a lot of these kind of films and just want to, tear it apart.
And one of the things we try to do is we have a top and a bottom three, so we're looking for positive in the film and negative, because nothing's perfect, and nothing is also completely, totally unwatchable.
Now, have you ever had a movie that you watch and you're just like, oh my God, we can't even review this because it's that horrible?
I think Paul calls that Feast.
Yeah, there's one movie we're gonna do a review of it at some point, but we watched it and I just bitched the whole time watching it. But that'll be coming up in a couple months. So.
For me, one of those movies is Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog.
You hated that.
I can't stand that movie.
I love that movie.
There's just something about it that...
I was going to say, she loves it. She sings
it just makes me
cringe,
and I feel myself slowly dying as it's playing out in front of me.
So
now
I'm going to start singing the music out to you every chance I get.
I do have to say one good thing is we have not reviewed any Adam Sandler films because I don't know if I'd be able to sit through one of them, especially I ended up watching the movie Pixels and I fell asleep through it, and the 15 minutes I fell asleep was the only positive I could say about it.
I watched Pixels and I did not sleep through it, and I must say, Paul, that 15 minutes of sleep was the best part of the movie. His movies are conceptually, they sound wonderful, they sound great, but then the people in the movie just ruin it.
Yeah, how can Adam Sandler and Kevin James fuck this one up?
I mean, it's just one of those things. He made a name for himself in the 90s, making some actually pretty funny movies, and then just follows that same exact format today, and that same character. He's just pigeonholed into that, and so it makes them bad. Which maybe we will have to do an Adam Sandler month sometime.
Oh, please do that, please.
I love having alcohol.
That would be most.
So one thing we've kind of been doing recently, at least more recently, is we've been interviewing independent filmmakers to try to give them a bit more of a platform, and help them reach a wider audience. That's something we've been doing a lot. We've got a lot of interviews coming up, which has been great. We've been talking to a lot of low budget filmmakers, which is just interesting and really fun.
Now, how do you get your low budget?
You still there?
Talk to you. Yeah, I'm here.
So in case you people are still seeing this, with a blank screen, which actually is probably one of the best things we've watched in a while. We're currently actually in the middle of reviewing a movie. So we're taking a little time out here to talk here. The 1959 Mexican classic Santa Claus. Oh, there's Sammy. Sammy's back.
Thought you went away for a minute.
Yeah, my ugly mug just like disappeared, and now it's back.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Related to me, you gotta be good looking. It's in our DNA.
You see, I can tell he's actually my real life brother because of this.
Exactly.
No DNA test needed. I'm serious. I'm kidding. I love you. You're the best brother I could have.
Aw, thank you. You're one of my top 2 favorite sisters.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
I'll be your sister.
Yay!
I'll be your sister. And I just made myself sound like a nun. So.
That's how you should advertise your show, Sammy Trejo, everyone's sister.
Hey, there you go. That could work.
Welcome to football in high heels with Sammy, everyone's sister.
It's like,
oh, can you copyright that and make that my theme song? That would be awesome.
You'll have your own show, Full House or something like that, where it's just
we can do a heavy metal version. You can be like football in high heels with Sammy, your sister to all football.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. But back on topic, but randomness is a gift, which is my favorite quote thanks to you guys. How do you guys meet your low budget interview people?
Mostly through Twitter. We've been kind of following people who are advertising films and things like that. Sometimes people we'll see the same names in some of the films we watch, so we'll reach out to them on somehow through the internet, Twitter, Facebook, things like that. And a few people have actually now gotten to us because we have a tweet pinned on our Twitter page saying, "If you have an independent film, message us. We'd love to hear about it." And it's been pretty good so far. We've got 2 more. We just did one with a guy named Hilton Rez who's making a movie called Zombie with a Shotgun, which is really great interview, really cool guy. And we've got 2 more coming this weekend. So it's really coming into its own. We're hoping to do a different interview every week to help some of these really, really interesting creators get their word up.
Yeah, what I noticed about this, a lot of people are using social media more like you are to reach out to the filmmakers, but I find that filmmakers are also reaching out via social media to get the word out about their films, and they're also doing a lot of crowdsourcing. Now, what exactly is that? I'm not quite sure I understand.
Well, crowdsourcing essentially is websites like Indiegogo, there's a bunch of others. GoFundMe. Yeah, GoFundMe is one of them. Things like different websites where you'll normally put a trailer or a video of your idea. You'll write an idea for a movie or a project, or just an invention or something like that. Some kind of project that you're working on independently. And if people like it, they can donate to it. And so that way people aren't dependent on basically funding from different companies and things like that and sponsorships. You can do it all from just private donations, and therefore you don't owe some kind of company anything. They have no say in what you do, and it's what people want. If they want that item or that movie to be made, they they'll fund the money, and it's been really successful for a lot of people.
In one way, it's cutting out the middleman.
Yeah,
It's letting you be your own boss and decide what's going on instead of having to listen, like Paul said, to the producers and all these people that are throwing money and saying, "Oh, well, I gave you this much money, so you have to do this, or else I retract that, check."
exactly. It's the project theirs instead of giving it to like people who don't really care about if it's like the vision. They just want to make money off of it. So it's been fantastic for a lot of people. There have been some people scamming it, but I think that was when it first started. I think there were a lot better like safety nets on that. So
Yeah, I noticed that. I was just gonna ask you, how do you know what's a scam and what's not a scam? Because it seems like that would happen quite a bit in something like this.
it kind of depends. I think a lot of people follow people that they're kind of familiar with, or I think there are some safety things with that. Like if you, I think if you don't have something in a certain amount of time, like you'll get like, I think it's kind of like Amazon where you can put bad reviews for things like that. I'm not positive about that, but like if Amazon, if somebody doesn't send the item, you give them a bad review, and that's gonna stick on them. So I don't really know if there is anything more than that. I'd really have to look it up, but yeah, pretty much it's just people getting to fun things they like and people getting the funding they need from people that are actually interested in what they're doing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea because it gives them like their
Anything you want to add to that?
I guess we could talk about.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
As we review movies, for our normal shows, our interviews and our special, we do things all the time that are a little different. But our regular reviews, we follow a pretty decent format. We start off by reading the back of the DVD cover, VHS cover, or like the description on Amazon.com, wherever we're watching the movie from. And then we'll introduce ourselves and go into technical difficulties, which for us is our top and bottom three of the movie. After that, we like to go into a little thing we call quote wars, where we'll take quotes from the movie and quote them back and forth at each other and see who falls to pieces first.
Oh, yeah.
After that, we like to compare this movie to an A movie. We give it an A movie companion because we know not everyone likes to watch the same kind of shit that we do. So we like to give every B movie review an A movie companion, tell you why this B movie is the same exact movie as A movie, which is a movie of higher class and higher standard. But actually, before that, we do our final take on the movie. Now, our final take is a score on our shot scale. Our shot scale is a reverse scale, 1 to 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. How many shots do you need to get through this movie? And reasoning as to why we gave it that score on the scale. So, shot scale, final take, A movie companion. Then we come back to our favorite part, at least mine, which is how to drink away the flick, where we each give, drinking games for the movie. I give 5 for every movie, with the 5th one always being an encompassing one for the month, the theme that we're doing.
I give 4.
And then we give you a preview, tell you what we're doing next week. We'll rank the movies we've watched that month so far. And, that's about it. Then we, sign off.
Very good. And what is the average shot count for each movie that you do?
It's hard to give an average shot count. I mean, the average number would be the mean, and I haven't actually put all that data together.
I was gonna guess it'd be like a 4 or 5.
I was gonna say I would say 5 because that's the middle. 5.5, 6. I don't know.
We've had 1s, we've had 10s, we've had 11s.
Paul's broke the scale and given stuff 0 before because let's not put it on the scale.
Some films are really good, so.
And some are really bad.
Oh yeah, we gave them like a 15 or a 20. Speaking of drinking games, maybe we should talk about what we drink. Well,
let's do another question first, so I can finish this one, and then I can put one together for everybody.
Sounds good.
Now, most important thing: what kind of shots do you do when reviewing these movies?
Well, that's what I was just saying. Let's do one other question, and then I will show you exactly what we drink as soon as I finish, because I've got a drink that is an adult beverage in my California mug right now.
We're starting a show called B-Movie Kitchens, apparently. Cooking with B-Movie.
So what was the most challenging?
Never mind, I finished. So, all right. Our signature drink, if we're doing just shots, It's normally a rum or a whiskey. But our signature drink, what we drink throughout the movie, is we call it a B movie. It's something that we came up with, and it is 3 different shots and generic lemon lime pop. And if Paul wants to focus the camera for just a minute, I can show you how one of those is made.
All right, welcome to our first cooking lesson. And B-Movie Bros, we create alcoholic drinks.
So number 1, you need a shot glass. I mean, if you want to measure things, if you don't, that's okay. When I cook, I normally don't measure.
For some movies, you need a beaker as a shot glass. But...
Number 1, we have tequila. Bottom shelf, because bottom starts with B. It's cheap, just like the movies we watch. So you take 1 shot of bottom shelf tequila, pour it in your shot glass.
It's advanced chemistry right here.
And then, I've got a California mug, those damn commies over there. And I pour it into this California mug. Bam. 1/4 of the way there. Next, we've got our bottom shelf rum. Now, we've got a white tequila and a white rum. Doesn't matter. You can use a gold rum, tequila. You can use a dark rum. This was just the cheapest stuff. It was on sale when I got it.
As long as it's bottom shelf.
So, next, we got to get another shot. We use our trusty shot glass.
So, basically, we don't discriminate against any shelf liquors, right?
And bam.
What's that?
And so we don't discriminate against any bottom shelf liquors, do we?
No, we're completely equal opportunity, bottom shelf.
Now we've got our bottom shelf whiskey. Now this happens to be a bourbon whiskey. You can get a blended whiskey, a bourbon whiskey, an Irish whiskey, a Scotch whiskey if you really want your body to hate yourself. Whatever kind of whiskey.
Or if the movie's really bad.
You put it in your shot glass. Oh, first you got to open the bottle. Sometimes they get
that would help.
All right, into the shot glass we go. And from the shot glass, we're going to go into my mug. Bam. Okay, now we've got the alcoholic portion ready. We've got, remember, 1 shot of tequila, 1 shot of rum, and 1 shot of whiskey. Now, you take generic lemon lime pop, like this lovely can of Clitters Twist here. And we're going to pop that open. For those of you not from the Pittsburgh area or any civilized place, pop is a term that we use here for things called soft drinks. Some places call it soda.
The correct term.
There's tonic water. If you go south, the generic term for pop is Coke, but it's not all Coca-Cola. Anyway,
as we know, the correct term is soda.
Take your generic lemon lime pop. And, you use about half the can. And there you go. You've got, 6 ounces of generic lemon lime pop. You've got 3 ounces of hard liquor, 3 different liquors, all bottom shelf. Generic pop, because that's the cheap stuff. So there you have it, the B movie. Generic pop, bottom shelf liquor. And,
yeah.
Cheers.
We should have a patent, except no one's going to ever try to steal it from us. Yeah, that may sound disgusting, and, well, you'd be right most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't taste as bad. It's kind of like mixing a Long Island iced tea. Like, it shouldn't taste like what it does, but, witchcraft and magic, so it does.
And we've actually, ordered this at bars before, and the bartender's just like, what? And we tell them what it is, and they're like... okay.
It's gonna be an actual bars one day.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to a bar. I'm gonna order a B movie and just see how their reaction is. But it sounds like something you would drink in college, though. So it kind of fits because you guys met in college. So it seems like it should be your drink.
We've pretty much kind of kept that kind of that kind of feel to it, where it's just 2 friends hanging out watching these low budget films that we just love to watch.
And going back to that, actually, when we met through a mutual friend, and the first time we hung out, we actually watched a B movie.
Yeah.
I had a stack of movies in my dorm room, and we picked out Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horror.
Okay, tell me about this movie. I've never even heard of it, but it sounds like it was either an epic fail or absolutely hilarious.
Actually,
mix of both, kind of.
It's a pretty good movie. It's an anthology, so it's 3 short stories, and it's hosted by Snoop Dogg. You know, he introduces the stories. He's like the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. Introduces the stories, then, you know, we get, you know, whatever the 3 different stories are. I don't know. It's been years since I've watched it.
And one is Jason Alexander as, like, this angry, like, I think it was a murder or something like that.
And Danny Trejo is in one of them. And anything Danny Trejo is in is phenomenal, beyond fabulous.
What about that one movie he's in with Adam Sandler?
I hope he kills Adam Sandler in that. That would be epic. There's been a video game where it's a fighting game. The rap group Def Jam, they had a fighting video game series, and Def Jam Fight for New York. Danny Trejo is actually a playable character that he fights. He's a street fighter, and he is badass. I mean, yeah. I would not actually. I would love to meet Danny Trejo in a dark alley or anything else, anywhere else in the world.
Side, like.
You know, I would love to just give him a hug and be like, Danny Trejo, you are my hero. You know, you came from like such a rough background, and you had things so hard, and you've ended up having this great career, and everything come about from the fact that he, you know, went to jail in his youth.
I want Danny Trejo to read me bedtime stories.
That would be pretty epic. You could just sit there reading you bedtime stories while hugging Corey.
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like some prolonged hug. Just, you know, like a hug of appreciation would be good.
He'd have his machete to keep me safe. Yeah, I'd feel like around Danny Trejo.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I wonder when Machete Kills Again in Space is going to come out, because you know.
I wonder that.
It's been a while since Machete Kills come out, and you know, Machete Kills was a little bit of a disappointment for me. You know, Machete was so awesome, and it was over the top, but it was realistic. So that was an interesting thing. And then Machete Kills came out, and they went like unrealistically over the top, which, I mean, it was fun, but it just wasn't as fun as the original. It didn't have that gritty feel.
Still love the fact that Machete was originally a character in Spy Kids. It's amazing.
I think for May this year, this upcoming year, 2017,
we need a Danny Trejo.
We should do Danny Trejo month.
Hell yeah!
You know, Cinco de Mayo. Last year we did Luchadore month. This year I think it should be Danny Trejo month.
I think that would be the most respectful thing for him.
You know,
if we can get him on the show to review one of his movies, now that would be amazing.
Or if we could just get an interview with him.
Oh, that'd be great. Danny Trejo, if you're listening by chance, please be on our show.
I mean, I know Ron
bedtime stories.
Ron Perlman introduced himself as a presidential candidate for 2020. I know on that Facebook post I suggested to him that Danny Trejo should be his vice president running mate. I don't know if Ron Perlman listened to that suggestion or not, but I still think Danny Trejo for some sort of office would be preferable to a lot of things right now.
I'm still hoping Trump makes him a member of his cabinet. That would be amazing.
Maybe Danny Trejo will be in charge of building the wall.
That would be great.
Yes.
You see him looking over people in fucking balcony, just looking angry, like
the machete.
Exactly.
That would be the most
watching.
Tweet that to Donald Trump and make that happen.
Exactly.
He's anyway.
Hire Danny Trejo.
Yes. Just tweet him and be like, see what he says. He'll probably be like, But you never know. He might listen, though. He might listen, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you met Donald Trump before, and he's a pretty cool guy from what I understand.
Yeah, he was pretty nice. He's always nice to me.
Yeah, any first-hand accounts I've ever heard of the Donald have always been wonderful. Like, people have always said he's a great person. So, you know, I'm sure he'll take that to the White House with him.
I just saw a video of him taking down Vince McMahon. So yeah, we've got that to look forward to.
Yeah, the WWE.
Okay, you guys are frozen, and not in the Elsa and Anna way, but actually frozen.
What's frozen?
The screen froze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed the screen part. You just kind of went and then frozen, and I was like, okay. As a matter of fact, I had kids in class today singing "Let It Go," and I was like, "You better eat your lunch, or I'm going to let you go to that thinking chair."
You need to be
And
punished.
my co-teacher lost it. She was like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, what?
You need to be
What would the B
sensitive.
movie say about Frozen? That's what I have to know.
What?
What would the B movies bro say about Frozen?
Never seen it. I've seen
I mean,
bits and pieces of it. But
I would give it like a 4 out of 10 on the shot scale. It's a really generic story, and a lot of people praise it because Elsa goes, "You can't marry a man that you just met." But you know what?
which is pretty sound advice, though.
Screw you, hippie. That was already used in a Disney movie. My favorite princess movie of all time, Enchanted, the live-action Disney princess movie where she comes from the cartoon world to the real life, and falls in love with McDreamy after like all this kind of stuff that goes on.
I mean, who
But
wouldn't?
McDreamy through that whole movie is like, listen, you don't just fall in love with somebody and get married in one day. I mean, Dharma and Greg, it worked for them, and that was all fine and dandy, and that was an awesome show. And then they got divorced, and Greg went on.
They got divorced. It didn't go well.
They got divorced. Greg went on to become some criminal psychologist thing. He works with Joe Montana now. Everything's fine. But anyway, Enchanted really like instilled that in the world, but Frozen kind of stole it. And apparently Elsa's a lesbian, according to a lot of online woman power things, because she says you can't fall in love with a man in one day and get married.
Because if the internet says it must be true.
Of course, but it's a decent movie. It's nothing too great. It's really corny. It's cheesy, and to me, it feels like it was written to be a Broadway play, which is where Disney has gone with a lot of their classic movies. The Little Mermaid has been on Broadway, Lion King. So to me, Frozen really feels like it was written to transition very well from movie to stage. And and don't get me wrong, I love seeing things live and on stage, but I'd rather something be written for the stage to be on the stage as opposed to something being written for on the stage to be a movie without it being adapted better to being a movie. And it just doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10 on the shot scale, which means 10 shots, because I just fucking hate that. Sorry for the swearing. I hate that Let It Go song, because when that movie came out, that would play constantly everywhere. And I work with kids for a living, and it was just constantly everywhere. And I'm like, my God, I'm going to shoot myself if I hear this song one more time. So just because that song was in the background of my life for so many months, I would take 10 shots out of 10 to get through it, because years later, I just couldn't do it.
I think I would give it a solid 4. And I've seen the movie about 5 times at this point. Now, I do have to say, though, there was one point where iHeartRadio had a Japanese radio station from Hawaii on there. J-pop. It was Coral, KORL. It doesn't exist anymore. But there was one time I was listening to this in the shower, and I'm like, I know this song. What is this song? And it dawned on me that it was Let It Go in Japanese.
That's pretty awesome.
It was awesome. I miss that station.
I never heard of that station, but the fact that they were able to put that song in Japanese is pretty cool.
I know.
That station no longer exists, unfortunately. Yeah, iHeartRadio used to have a couple
J-pop station in like Pittsburgh.
Wait, there is?
Well, I thought you said there was.
No, it was on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, okay.
And unfortunately, it no longer exists because I like listening to J-pop radio because J-pop radio has a very diverse background. Because they'll listen to anything. In Pittsburgh, anywhere I've been, you turn on the radio and a quote-unquote pop station is always going to be one specific genre. Yeah. Pop right now, I don't know. I haven't listened to the radio in like 6 years. I listen to CDs all the time.
Is radio still a thing?
You got rock stations, you got R&B stations. If you listen to a pop station from Japan, you've got rock, you've got R&B, you've got rap, you've got love ballads, you've got whatever the Japanese equivalent of country is. It's actually really cool because you just get different things all the time, and you don't get that a lot, even on those stations like that say we play anything. Well, you really don't.
Anything within these like extreme
You play anything from the '80s that was popular.
Yeah, I watch enough anime where I can appreciate J-pop.
I think we may have gotten off topic. Sammy, what was the question?
Is there even a question?
You proved to me that randomness truly is a gift.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to do these conversations like we can do a weekly chat or a monthly chat or whatever.
I'd be up for that.
This could be a B movie extra for us. Like I miss, what my favorite B movie extra was? Hypothetical movies. We haven't done a hypothetical movie in a long time.
Yeah, we've had this thing where we come up with a hypothetical idea for a movie. Like one of them was what if Rambo?
Curse of Rambo.
Yeah, Curse of Rambo.
What if Rambo died and his spirit became a serial killer?
Yeah.
Like Jason Voorhees.
How great would that be? My favorite one was Jaws 19 because during the at the day
30th anniversary of Back to the Future
Part 2. Yeah, when the actual day came, in the movie you see an advertisement for Jaws 19, and we're like, what would Jaws 19 actually be? And we went all this crazy shit.
And I think it happened to be like humans invaded the sea and took over the sharks' domain, so sharks evolved into shark-human hybrids, came out on land with freaking laser beams on their head and started taking over the land because people took over the sea, or some crazy shit like that.
I still say he would be a successful attorney trying to make his way in a human-dominated world, and it'd be a really inspiring story for all aquatic creatures.
Now, for those of you that may have been offended by the language that we use, I'm not going to apologize, but I am going to warn you that if you listen to our show, this is very filtered for us. Sammy made a request, and being
we're trying our best.
Being the loving, brother and loving adopted brother that I am, we've tried to abide by that request. A couple things slipped through, but that's life. Shit happens.
I'll take it like we're filtering ourselves, but shit happens. Yeah. Thank you.
Listen, that's filtering. I mean, I teach preschool for a living. I honestly, I do know how to filter myself and limit what I say and change things around. But life is life. You just got to kind of go with the flow.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just teasing you. I work with humans for a being, so yeah, I have to.
As the
humans. I hate working with humans.
Yeah, I work with the human race. So I have to pretty much filter myself all the time. Even though I want to go quickly on people for most of my days, but that's life.
I'm just going to continue to drink out of my, communist California mug.
This is why I drink and watch B movies.
Yes, you should.
Because California's filled with communists.
And, people and all that.
Yeah, people. Yeah, people cause me
that theme,
to thing, drink,
when
watch
you
movies.
California.
California has one of the best pizza challenges ever, but I will not go there because I am legally not allowed to carry my firearm there because they're a bunch of communists. And they believe that the populace should be unarmed. But they have this great pizza challenge. It's like 128-pound pizza, and you're only allowed to have like 10 people eat it. And I'm like, man, 10 people? That's a little excessive. I think 4 of us could do it pretty easily. I know some people.
I just won't eat breakfast, and I'll be fine.
But,
I may look tiny, but I could probably do pretty well in a challenge like that.
It's scientifically proven. You have a Scientology center here, don't you? We have to go take that midichlorian test.
Yeah, I was driving down. I was driving home one day, and I look and I see the sign for Dianetics. Get your feed levels measured. And I'm like, oh my god, I got to stop there just for shits and giggles.
But anyway, it is scientifically proven that actually skinny people can eat more than people of large stature.
How did they prove this stuff?
Actually, it's because people who have larger fat deposits along their abdomen have a more restricted stomach. So their stomach cannot expand as much, and therefore skinny people can expand their stomach more, can actually eat more.
I'll have to ask my wife about this. She's the biologist, so whenever I don't know anything about biology or something like that,
and she's super skinny.
Yeah, honey, is this right? She's like, no, it's not.
I was taught never to call a loved one honey. Do you know why?
Because will eat them.
Because honey is bee shit.
What? Yes.
And do you know you should never call someone you like pal?
Because
Why?
pal
PAL is an acronym for personal ass liquor.
Somehow I don't think that one's quite accurate.
But if you don't like someone, you can always call them that and be like,
Yeah, Corey, I can use it on people I don't like it. Like they'll think they'll never know I'm insulting them. See, I learned something today.
hey, pal, you learn something new every day. That's not scientifically proven. That's an old adage, and I feel like there are days that I don't learn anything new, but I feel like there's days that I learn more than one new thing. So I think it makes up for that.
I learned a lot today. I learned a lot, and I now can use these things when I'm insulting people without actually sounding like I'm being insulting. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, lovely creature.
That's what we do on Movie Bros. It's like $1 million education every episode.
It really is. So we are almost out of time. I know you guys have a show to do today. Will you be willing to come back maybe once a month to reconvene, talk about B movies, and be totally random for no apparent reason?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Awesome. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, invite us. Come down.
Yeah, we could do it. We could actually do it in person.
We seem to have lost Sammy once again. So, there she is.
There I am. I like disappearing. I'm like the disappearing ghost.
She's like a magician.
Yeah.
She's a witch. Burn her. Burn her at the stake. She turned me into a newt.
I was named after a witch, so there's that. So there might be some truth to that.
But anyway, I guess if we're ending the show, can we sign off with our sign off, and then you do whatever it is you do?
Sure.
All right. So until next time, friends, be brave, be alive, be back next week.
Anything you want to
next month.
Yeah. Watch our show on bmoviebros.com. You can listen to us on SoundCloud and follow us on Twitter at bmoviebros or my personal Twitter at bmoviepaul.
Did you say our website?
Yes, our personal website, bmoviebros.com, where all our movie episodes are. And if you have an independent film you would like to discuss, we'd be more than happy to have you on. Just message us either on Twitter, leave a message on one of our videos, or email us at bmoviebros@gmail.com.
Dude, you have more plugs than a surge protector.
He really does. He sounds like
sure, why not? I don't even quite know what to say to that one. I'll think of a really clever thing to say to that at 1 in the morning. I'll just text it to you.
You'll just have to write it down so when we start the next episode with Sammy, you just start off saying that and people
completely be out of context.
People be what?
Yeah.
No, Paul sounds like he can do.
Say to that, Corey.
What are those movie man intros? Like, you remember the movie guy voice that they always had? And he always talk with a deep voice. That's what he reminds me of.
If you want to watch this movie, you're going to have to grip the edge of your seat. Because explosions, dying, love, and all those major things shall be happening right before your very eyes.
You guys are too much. You guys really need your own television show instead of just the podcast.
One day we'll rule all.
I mean, this is the first step, Sammy. You and us.
The three of us together are going to take over the world. World domination. Forget Stewie Griffin. We're going to take over the world. Victory is ours.
You're going to be our Newman or whoever that guy is on the Phyllis and Kathy Rage. What's their names? Filbert.
From Rocko's Modern Life.
No, not the Turtle. The guy who used to be a singer, then he was a TV host, and the drunk lady.
I'm a drunk lady now?
And they have what? Who? They're on AB. They're on ABC early in the morning, 9 o'clock. Regis and Kathy Lee.
Regis was a singer.
Yeah,
I just knew him as the guy on Regis.
I only know he was a singer because of Lilo and Stitch, the TV series.
I kind of want to get his album now and be like, yeah, this is.
Yeah, he was a singer at that point.
And Donald Trump sings on that Christmas
album. Wait, Donald Trump sings on a Christmas album?
Yeah, with Regis Philbin. You didn't know this?
No, I'm learning lots of stuff tonight.
I know.
President Trump can do anything.
He took down he took a stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin. She's badass.
Wow, just like the longest saying goodbye I think I've ever done on the show.
Listen, if you keep letting us talk, we're just going to keep going. So you just need to cut us off.
You're cut off.
Well, we're first.
We love you, Sammy. So thank you for having us on, and we hope to back with you and do this again another time.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a monthly show with you guys. That would be absolutely awesome. It would be an honor to have the both of you on whenever you want.
Be an honor to be on. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching Football on High Heels Presents B-Movie Bros. Thank you to my brother, Paul, my other pseudo-brother, Corey, and thank you for tuning in. You can follow me on footballandhighheels.com, Twitter, Football High Heels, but high is spelled H-I because somebody took football high heels. I didn't shoe, but, you know, I had to improvise. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under Football on High Heels. And be sure to hit the cute little subscribe button over there so you can follow all my updates and all my YouTube shows. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time. Bye!